as a bum. You ain't need a trip on the door, you the one. Whenever you see him coming, stand up, don't run. They don't wanna see us make it say we all dumb. Put us in the same category as a bum. You ain't need a trip on the door, you the one. Whenever you see him coming, stand up, don't run. Stand tall, ayy, don't back up. Go forth, make sure if it's war, take charge. No remorse, give results, be smart. The world is yours, ayy. King, queen, that's what you are. Media outlets spread manure, a sign to confuse us, to keep us in the sewers. But we the real guardians of the fan newer. Pay attention to the history of the government. How can a European discover this place when we were already here a dozen 100 years first? Why in schools they tried drum this in? I know, right? They left us with no rights. As soon as we smarten up, they switch up their turns like, why can't we move on, get along? If you really want change, give us all that we want, ayy. They don't wanna see us make it say we all dumb. Put us in the same category as a bum. You ain't need a trip on the door, you the one. Whenever you see him coming, stand up, don't run. Waiora, kia tu takitahi ana ngā whetū o te rangi. Be the leader, cause we need you. And keep your mind solid, strengthen your mind with knowledge. Defy whatever the odds is, show oh my God, God this. The power of our culture is too hard to withstand. But then they can't hold us, so be a dame, fina kupo, rawiri, waikiti. March for what is yours, fight for our peace if you can. Cause ultimately, they want us hung like a statue. But we can't stand there and do nothing like a statue. Tamoko, omoko, kawaii tattoo. England's barcodes, whoever said that, make sure I don't catch you. Matter of fact, the success of my people perhaps will do the damage without having to make contact. Cause being smart and brown, the media don't want that. To them we all crims, they don't wanna see us win. Only praise they really give is when we playing the All Blacks. Notice how the turn change when you talk about a movement. The comment section suggests we are all stupid, predisposed to made for a cell unit. My kings, queens, just remember you're the future of Aotearoa. Remain proud, show them your crown. Never let it down whenever they throw stones. Top floor of the glass house with your mind. Shatter it and bring the frame down. They don't wanna see us make it say we all dumb. Put us in the same category as a bum. You ain't need a trip on the door, you the one. Whenever you see him coming, stand up, don't run. They don't wanna see us make it say we all dumb. Put us in the same category as a bum. You ain't need a trip on the door, you the one. Whenever you see him coming, stand up, don't run.
And what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Latched Podcast.
Hey.
Just quickly, apologies for the late running of the show again. The same person.
The same person.
No names. No names.
None
but
the same
for,
dude.
No names. We shall move on, brothers. How are we?
Bro, good,
good
bro.
now.
You guys
Good now. Yeah, all good, man. All good.
Yep.
Here we got but
real good.
again, sorry, before we move on, we just like to a quick shout out to our sponsor, Crucial Flooring, who again has jumped on board to help us with our small but humble podcast. And also another shout out to another sponsor who's jumping on board with us as well. So we've got two, and that's, oh man, it's amazing. We have people reaching out to us, which is Maddie McFarland. So Maddie McFarland, who
Maddie,
he's got things lined up for us, or gear maybe. So thank you to the team.
That's Matthew McFarland.
Yes,
Never heard of the brother in quite some time, but hopefully he's all good out there, Maddie. Short words.
Nice, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie. How was your guys' weekend?
What was that, Tessa? How's the weekend?
Yeah,
pretty good, considering the sport that was on the weekend. Super Bowl, UFC.
Yeah, it's
pretty good. Other than the sports, it's pretty all good.
Some cricket as well.
Imagine that. Hey, what a weekend, man! What a weekend for sports lovers, hey.
Yeah,
It was
and
on, man. It was on.
to top it off, you know, it was we had the Super Bowl, which I didn't get to, which I didn't watch. But now let's kick it off with what do we have up first? Because you know
Yo,
how
yo.
we all looked at it.
Yeah, I think we had our prayers first, so we'll start off with a prayer. Oh, no, we did that. Footy, rugby. All right, how did we go? Did we
Ruggers.
watch any of? Yeah, man. Pre-season for Super, of course. We had a game of three halves on Saturday afternoon. Chiefs versus Blues versus Highlanders, I believe. You guys give it. I gave it a bit of a watch. I watched the second half, which was the Chiefs versus Blues, and also a bit of the first half as well, or half. Good games from what I good halves from what I saw. Some good footy of all three teams. Can tell combinations still forming as they would in preseason. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the mighty Waikato Chiefs, obviously. But I was also like watching some of the Blues and the Blues footy, and they're going pretty. I like what I'm seeing from them also. Saw a bit of RTS magic here and there, but I wouldn't say it was limited in the sense that you could tell that his boys were trying a couple of things and different things came off sometimes. A lot of times it didn't, but it's expected, man. As for any preseason game, mate. I know the Satyrs and the Canes they played as well. I think. Sorry, let me just get my son out. Hey, man.
It's the main Waikato.
No, that's all good.
Did the Chiefs win?
Chiefs
France,
won. Actually,
yeah.
they won both games, and it was a good display of rugby.
Yeah, but no one cares about preseason, eh? You don't win championships in the preseason, eh?
I know with your internet down there, you're barely able to get any footy down there, so it's all good, my man.
Hey, that's
Hey,
why
just
they
quick,
moved
just
down to the south.
for the people that are watching, tell us who you are supporting this year with Super Rugby or NRL or any sports you want us to, I guess, watch and review or give our expert opinion. So if you're out there, if you're watching now or listening in the future, just come through, message us. If you hear it, man, we'd love to hear. We're quite we're big fans and huge supporters of the Super Rugby NRL because based in New Zealand, in Auckland, and our name's down in Crusaders land. Is it Crusaders land or Highlanders? Landers land.
Oh, but you better both, eh? It's crazy.
Either way, still racist, eh?
Yeah, either way.
Either way, it's still racist, all right.
But yeah. So if you have any questions for us along the way, please message us. We have a live chat. We'll throw up your questions, and then the first one we have, which was directed at
Oh, CJ Charlie Muster, man, hurry up. Thank you, CJ. Yeah, it's a bit behind on our power bills at the moment, so we got that done, and we're back live.
Yeah, we're always having.
Glowbug, is it?
Glowbug, yeah. So chuck the 20 in there. Hopefully it survives until probably tonight.
I think Maddie will hook you up, bro. I think Maddie will hook you up.
Yeah, one of them purples, Maddie, please. Them purple notes.
Yeah, so back to the footy. Super. This weekend, Super Rugby, and basically what Brand said. I think the Blues, they showed some bits of brilliances, but again, their preseason is probably steadily going along. But like Brand said, the Chiefs are looking really good. All around, even though you can kind of say these are our, for all teams, third strength or fourth strength teams.
Yeah.
They're looking promising. So I'm not too sure what's happening on the other side of the Tasman with the Brumbies. Are they are they still recovering from
alive?
last year?
They're still playing tough
First of all,
training,
yeah,
I think.
we're not taking. We didn't have any preseason games. We're just gonna get ready for our round one game against the Force at Canberra Stadium. We don't really care about preseason, man. We just want to dig in, send the boys out there, get the dubs, and come back and have a few brewskis. But nah, we haven't had a preseason game. I don't think.
I think
not gonna have one.
I think if anything, they'll play like maybe one of the local teams. When I was living in Canberra years ago, I remember them like having a run against like the Royals, I think it was, which is one of the.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say they're like the Ponsonby, one of the Ponsonbys of Canberra rugby. Like the fancy team. So, if anything, they'll probably give them a hiding.
So you would call that team like they buy players like Ponsonby? Nah, jokes. Nah. If you're from ponies, no easy ponies, eh? Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
No easy.
Fire out.
Yeah, that's the story. I think we don't have any preseason until the actual kickoff round. Was it Feb 20? It's on a Sunday. Yeah, we're just gonna look forward to that. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
Very
easy
much.
double against Force. So yeah.
I like that, mate. 10 points, bro. 10 points.
Doing a bit of homework there, are ya?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm the only team that's across the ditch while you guys are, except the team in Auckland catching losses. Yeah, even in preseason. So already showing signs, eh, Blues fans?
Nice.
I think we're looking all right. I mean, we lost both games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
Oh, no. I think you guys
No,
beat
we won our first one. Yeah, we won our
Yeah,
first
beat the
one.
Landers. Yeah, beat the Landers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have support, eh? So you were lucky.
So then they had the draw. Oh, they played the draw played early on the weekend, the Wednesday.
Oh,
They played
what
against
No,
Western, is
Rebels.
it? Western Force?
Rebels.
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 Yeah.
Western
Okay.
Rebels. Western Rebels.
Okay, same.
Same.
Same shame, but different.
I saw the highlights of the game, eh? Far out. The drill looked dangerous. They look dangerous anywhere, right?
Bro, powerful, fast. Man.
Fast.
Did the draw win, boys? Over the Rebels?
Upset, bro. It's an upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
one of
it's
the
funny you see
stars-
one white guy in there, eh?
smart one.
Racist.
It's a smart one. They're smart.
I guess
Yeah,
they need
they put him at. Is he first five Baden Crow? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need the
They're
token white
smart,
guy.
man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nah, when I saw that break or that highlight from his break, when the guy when they kicked it into his half, shit, man, like they're totally different. It's unorthodox the way they play, and that's what every other Fijian team does. You can see them through what do you call it, sevens. You know, they just anything goes. You know, in game plan, that's their game plan, right? That is their game plan. Like nothing's set. But when they, the skills they have and how strong and powerful their players are, and plus, every player in their team probably runs like a winger, bro.
Even the props,
Even
man.
the props, yeah.
Like, and they're built like tanks.
But just imagine.
The last try they got to win it far out. That was all like. Oh man, this is ridiculous. I thought the Rebels were going to score and end it, but it looks pretty good.
But just imagine that the way like how you were saying, Tiz, like just the way that the Fijian flair usually gets them over the line most times, but with like a bit of control and a bit of a game plan that they're sticking to, but they could clean out like They could do a lot of damage, man. Speaking of damage, though, and Fijian draw, one thing I like to share is that I was really had a good laugh about. I thought that was really cool too. Is Fijian draw? They've gone out and they've created their own beer, their own alcohol.
The draw.
I thought it was
Fijian draw, man.
cover or something.
I'd like a drop of that. So I don't know, man. This is our second time talking about the draw in as many podcasts. So if you can flick a case our way, or if you know where we can get one, let us know, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely taste it on
That's
a
it.
potty and give you our feedback on.
Yeah.
Fiji draw beer.
So again, the
better than water.
Fijian draw, and
Fijian
it's
draw mukbang.
bro, it's 4.6. Wow, that's a
almost Cody's, almost Cody's.
Yeah, it's only half of Cody's, eh?
Yeah. Oh, three quarter if you're into the 12s.
Oh no, it's 7.
So the 12% Cody's.
I didn't go mess. Sorry, guys.
What's Cody's, guys? We just got comments. Just quickly, shout out to Alenzo.
Yeah,
Alenzo.
Shout
Yeah,
out
the
Alenzo.
boys.
Are you still Sharkies, Alenzo, or come back to the Warriors? Oh, another one from Davey. About time. Listen, guys, just keep your comments positive, please. It's only our second podcast. It's already coming in with those kind of comments, guys. So yeah,
that's on me, bro. That they're waiting, man. They've been waiting, man. I said, I think Moss is logging into the Tupu Library Wi-Fi.
All right, okay.
After
Then
dinner,
David and Charlie, man. Sorry, boys, my hands up. Sorry, man. I'll take it.
Your hands up.
Hands up.
And what was that? Was that it from the footy in the weekend? Rugby, Ragas.
Yeah. That's all that. I just gave those three halves a watch. Fiji and draw last week. I think that's us for rugby, man.
Yeah, that's it.
If you got anything to add to that, chat, come through. If not, we'll move on to something else.
And that something else is the NRL All-Stars game. Bruh.
Man,
What
how
a
good
game.
is rugby league back on the TV?
Fuck, exactly that, bro. Exactly that.
It was good.
How good is it? Like when it comes to the season and then you have like Super Rugby and NRL, man, it's like, does it bring you, your weekends filled again? When you don't have any foot. Like, and I'm probably just talking based because we're in New Zealand again, because that's all we ever watch. Because growing up in South Auckland, 40 rugby league, but not having it on is like shit. There's so much time, but when you have it on, it's like, oh yeah, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if the NRL is playing on a Sunday. So no, it's good to have all the sports back.
Felt like Usher, bro. I was waiting for this for so long, man.
But what was your guys' take on that game? Especially, bro. How about that haka, bro?
So it's dangerous to say, like the Māori starting off, they just looks like they want to play straight away. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I really like
from the indigenous side. Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed and I guess appreciated the war dance that the indigenous team brought this year, man. That was fire, bro.
Yeah. Bit different from the last two, eh?
Well, different from all of them, bro, since the whole concept game started, man.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell they put a lot of thought into it, like this year, bro. Just how they started from the try line and worked their way up.
Yeah.
That
was awesome, man.
Almost a scrap, but yeah.
Yeah, far up.
That's the beauty of it, eh? How they can get so intense, and the haka actually brings out like their tribal instinct. Yeah, you're protective and you wanna fight. And speaking of fighting, going back, like I can't remember, maybe 10, 15 years ago when the Maldives played the Cooks
Was it
and
the cookout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
bro,
George Tukura, you know.
bro, that was a fight and a half, bro. Like everybody was flying from everywhere. Eh? Shit, hooks here. That was funny, but nah, it got that close, and I think that's how professional these players are. How they can get that close and up front, and
Yeah.
then have a hongi after it to
Yeah,
settle it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was good, man. And bro, all of that intensity and that was only the pre-game stuff, bro. Like,
Oh, no, man.
yeah, once the
Yeah,
game kicked off, man. Sheesh. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All I took from that game was the fucking Titans is going to be on this year.
Yeah,
Get
shut
off
up,
me!
man.
Get off
Get
me!
over it, buddy.
David
Fucking
Fafita, get
Fafita,
off me!
bro. What a beast, man.
He is a
Fafita,
monster.
He is a beast, man.
Who's
The
that?
only good
Fafita?
thing that might happen this year is him get injured in round 1 and be out for the whole season. Nah. Hey.
Are
That's
you
sad.
talking about Rapana, you mean?
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out to CJ. All-Star game was the pinnacle of rugby league. Oh, bro.
Oh, shoulders.
Especially having it beginning of season, when people they get the opportunity to represent their heritage or where they're from. So getting selected and was the selection of Nikorima a surprise captain to you guys, or do you guys know something I don't?
No, to me it was. I thought it would go to Proctor, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I guess that guy's losing his voice like Lockyer, like way worse. Much of the orders won't go through the boys, so. But nah, yeah, I thought it'd be Proctor.
He'll be screaming and nothing's coming out. That's how.
Nah, to be honest, that's fine. In my opinion, I thought it was Proctor, straight up.
Yeah. Who like, and there's so there's quite a few young players that they could breed as captains for the for years to come. And who were they? The four. Fucking forgot the second row's name.
There's a
Tough dude. Yeah, Tapani. Like especially him. Like young, solid, leads by example.
That try he scored. Like he should have scored. He should have. That should have been the second one.
The second one.
There. It's got his footy's back. Looks like the video ref is back too.
Yeah, true.
How about this comment? Just even the talks of it coming to New Zealand, far out.
Hey, Stephen, Rapana the man, bring the game to NZ. Yeah.
They should. Well, yeah, Cody brought up Cody's speech, Cody Nikodemo, his speech. He brought up a good point that they should bring it over.
Yeah, why not,
Yeah.
Like, I think they'll get hosted from one of the, some, like how they host the NZ Māori, like women teams. Yeah.
Well, even like they went. What if they didn't even play it in in a big town? Like, I don't know, maybe somewhere like in Northland or Rotorua or somewhere like where you can really give back. Like,
Temuka.
Temuka as well. Yeah,
Nah, not Temuka.
Only the Titans pay attention to me.
But just imagine that. Like, even with I know at the end of the day, like they're putting on this game in the big stadiums for the revenue. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, don't. I reckon that'd be me.
I mean, if their main point is to push, communities coming together, and all the indigenous, all the, just bringing the smaller places. This is probably the best way to go about it. Is to I guess advertise it in those kind of areas where, the countryside but. When you run a business like this, like the NRL, then if they're looking at numbers and looking at money, because how I used to right now. Shout out to Eileen Dover.
Oh, I
and man,
it's my toko chef.
What's up, Jeff?
Well, we'll get to him soon. We'll get to him and his Bengals soon.
Who?
Yeah. So, standout players for you. Standout players from, or one player that you thought had a game, had a mean game, and another player that had a shocker, or maybe they didn't. From both.
Okay.
Easy shocker was Rapiner, obviously.
That was mine.
Got the old card early on, and probably the standout player for me and the Maldives is that guy that cost the Titans the playoffs, Herbie. Good old Patrick Herbie.
Hey, he's redeemed himself, right?
He passed the bar.
Can't redeem himself. Can't redeem himself after one game, man. There's a season coming up. See how he goes.
Don't worry, he'll be on. My
My
standout was actually Fafita, obviously.
Andrew.
Sorry?
Andrew Fafita?
No, Kavika.
Oh, okay.
He's half Samoan and half Cook Island.
So for the viewers out there and the listeners, Mossa, can you just run us through on what Rapana did? So how did he get that red card, or how did he get a yellow card or a pink card? How did it all lead up to him getting set?
It's a bit embarrassing, really. I watched the highlights. I didn't even see how he got the red card. All I saw was the ref went into his pocket, pulled out the card, and he was he was on his way. And then Andrew kind of went in there and tried to his everyone. Yeah. Almost went to hell with the fight, but nah, they kept on. But yeah.
So Anim, did you have a did you watch the game and the red card?
Yeah. Watch
how did that all happen? Was it a shoulder barge or what was it?
On the on-field ruling it was, but far out. If that's a shoulder barge, they better be bloody consistent during the year, right? It was shocking, man.
Yeah.
This is a shoulder barge, and maybe they're not picking on the Storm, but if the Storm did it, then not play on, mate. I can just
so
see
to you, it wasn't. To you, it wasn't a shoulder barge.
Yeah.
Nah.
It happened so quick, because the reaction. Yeah. I think his reaction was.
You do everything to stop a try, And if you put your body on the line, you can't say that anymore, right?
I think, my take is I don't think that was a yellow card offense, but if you look at it, it was actually the impact of the hit was from Patrick Herbert. Man, he put on a solid shot. That was the try saver, but just because of Rapana, the act of him looking as though he was going to do a shoulder, you could see a arm wrapping, but because of his earlier tackle on David Fifita and how they chucked that on report, they had no choice. But to act.
To reach in.
Yeah. But for me, he was one of my standouts, man. Rapana come back on, nearly put on a try. He set one up on the other side of the field shortly after. He was a menace, bro. I think he put a lot of the Indigenous All-Stars off their game anyway. At times, because he was the focus of the shoulder and Raymond going down. He drew a couple of players in, and because of that freed up some of the outside channels for the second rowers or for the centers and the wingers.
But you need a player like that, right? You need a player that can come out and test the boundaries of the ref. If you have a few players that do that, and I guess lead from the front, smashing players. I'm not saying to do it, but you kind of get that feeling that you get that feeling like if you were in the team and you seen like someone put their body on the line and do all this shit, you're like, fuck it, I'll I'll
straight
do
up,
that.
bro. Yeah,
I'll do that
Follow
too,
him,
but
man.
legally,
I'll follow him.
yeah. So what he did besides that earlier hit, he was bending the line, like he was, he wasn't crossing the line, but but he was close to it a couple of times, close to doing that, and I think that really got his team like up and going, bro. Those forwards, man, they dominated most of that night. When you look at it on paper, it looks as though that you've got the Indigenous All Stars like by 12 plus at least, and then
man, I actually thought that was it. Going into the game when the Indigenous was like, I was going to change the channel because I thought the Māori boys gave everything in the haka.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not this. And then, bro,
that's about it.
It took about nearly 30 minutes to do the haka, and then shit, all that energy's gone into that, and then turn up in the first half is like, bruh, come on, boys.
Just a question for us boys here, and the viewers. What do you guys thoughts on the Roosters stopping Joey Manu playing?
Oh, bro, I'll totally.
That's disgusting, bro. Straight up, straight disgusting. He got picked, man, hands down during Manu. I'm sure he was keen to play, but I guess Roosters got other plans. They probably want to make a solid run this year and don't want to be scared, like in case he might get injured. I don't know, but I'm sure he would have got picked.
Yeah, I again, like if you're speaking from, a business like the Roosters and how last season went, they can only go off what last season was, and basically their whole top team were injured, and to protect their players, that's the only way to go, especially someone of his caliber that can change games. Yeah, I mean, it's sad that they they had to put that in place, but hey, I think the bigger picture for him and his career is to sit down, have a rest,
It's a business.
run the waters on.
End of the day.
Run it on hard.
Yeah, man, I agree. If anything, like Joey Manu, he would have wanted to be on that field, man. But
100%, bro.
Yeah, he hasn't had a game since last year, since that unfortunate game against the Bunnies. Yeah, since that cheek fracture or whatever it was. But I think he made the right move, and as much as it looks like he would have wanted to play, I think he might have been behind the decision to say, hey, as much as I want to represent my people, he's also got to think about like who he reports to on the daily and his bread and butter, which is footy. And like, God forbid, if he was to play and then anything went wrong, it would make the likes of like Trent Robinson and also other coaches second think this concept game, which would be a shame, because I wouldn't want to see this without a superstars, man.
And the funny thing is, I listened to a podcast, and I think I was put on to this by Brand's bloke in the bar, and they were talking about the Morris brothers, and how last year's injuries to the Roosters, and they didn't have many turn up to the training because they were injured, and they had to play the coach's son on the wing, or to fill in spots. A team of a professional team like NRL had to like use this you can only hear from like club rugby games, or second division or whatever. But for a team that high, like the NRL, the Roosters, have someone fill in like the sun just to get numbers, so you can see where they're what they're trying to do to protect their players.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
What's your take on it?
It's hard to coming from a small nation, you know, I'm looking at a different perspective. Like, I'm seeing that freaking clubs are stopping their players from representing their nation, and all it took was Jason Tomalolo and them to do that. What they did with Tonga to change it. Just imagine.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Good way.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm stuck on the fence of that. But you look at it as a business, and then you look at it as your nation. You try to change it.
Yeah. True. And like just touching on what Mana was saying, it doesn't stop there with these NRL games or these All-Star weekends. You know, it goes into the international realm too, with lower tier nations not getting the rights to field their best
strongest team,
strongest team. And you can only look at it, in recent times, and which has happened within us, which is the Cooks. Arnhem has had a chance to, or maybe they still have a chance to make the World Cup, and they had a qualifier against the Tongan team earlier this year. Was it earlier this year? Yeah, earlier this year, and no, this year. Sorry, last year, 2021.
Earlier last year, yeah.
Just not having, I guess, the full selection for a team, and having to. And I'm not saying that the players that played then weren't good enough. It's just that there could have been a wider pool of players that you could have reached into to help, to help with the qualifications, and then you talk about Tomalolo, not Tomaloto, Tomalolo, making a stand. So it's probably gonna take a player with that much, I guess, a power within the organization to stand up and say, "No, man, this is where I want to be, and this is who I'm going to play for." But he risked it all. He risked doing this to help us. And let's face it, when you play for a lower tier nation, and the likes against Australia, you lose a lot of money there too.
Big time. Yeah.
So then that's just probably not part of what he wanted to. Sorry, the bigger picture is him representing his island, his small island, knowing that he's gonna forfeit a lot of money.
That's true. Yeah.
So it can go into different parts of sports, and how they can take full control.
What I was really impressed with there is had the likes of Joey Manu out, a character like Brandon Smith out, Kalen Ponga as well. Like just those ones, those are the only ones that come to the top of my head. But those are the X Factor kind of players, those guys, and for the Māori All Stars to for them to just to stand up and just do what they did, just dominated up front in that. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter who you put in the jersey, and whether you're representing your people, or whatever it is, they're gonna they're gonna give it their all. And this year, it was a good game, man. Really enjoyed that.
What about you, Tizza? Who's your standout players, or the players that need a shellacking on the upside?
I was just trying to what's that, Bobo or Bobos from the indigenous team. Yeah, or something like that. I was just trying to see Cobbo.
Yeah.
Cobbo, because they got big or huge raps on this dude. So I was just trying to watch and see if he actually would stand out, but maybe just on the wheel or on the stage that he didn't probably perform as to what people have been saying. Maybe he needs a whole season for it, but yeah, the reps on the dude was quite high, so I just kept an eye on that dude, and I think he showed like glimpses of them, but just yeah, I was just trying to keep an eye on him. And I think a young fella from Dragon scored the first try, Sloan. Yeah, you know.
Right. That's Sloan.
You know,
Stop it.
You wanted to highlight that, because he was a Dragon player. Hey, he's a jerk.
Dragon.
so no. So he I think just the team itself, they were pretty good, the indigenous and as well as the Māori team, but yeah, I think Sloan. Yeah, sorry boys.
Yeah.
Going on
Tyra
about
Sloan. Yeah.
Tyra Sloan, yeah.
He just signed a new contract too, eh? Full-time contract.
Yep, he's signed on for the next I think 4 years, maybe 3 years, 4 years.
Oof. That's St. George. Ooh.
Yeah, and as you can see, the man has made it. He's into the chat. Shout out to the sponsor. No more to player.
Harris,
And,
he's
yeah.
second. Oh, I think I have someone that can rival number one lefts. Tawara Nikau. What about that for a throwback?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, just while we're on the topic of league as well, I'd just like to acknowledge the passing of like one of the pioneers of Polynesians in NRL footy, bro. Is also Filipina. Mangere East, Hawks boy, went over as a young fella, bro, to play in the NRL in the 80s, early 80s, when it was like majority of those guys were Palangi, like Aussie blokes, and for him to break ground and you know, like when I went over, like when I got a contract with the Dogs, man, I got homesick, and like I just wanted to go home to eat my mom's cooking, and I can't imagine how Olsen would have been feeling. Like we've got the luxury of the internet, social media, so it's as easy as like video calling your loved ones. But back then, for him to stick it out and to carve, like, and yeah, just reading up on him, like growing up and stuff, and I read stories of that 1985 Kiwis team, bro, where he just, like, you can see the footage that's been doing the rounds, where he just, bro, like he just makes Wally Lewis like his, like, makes him his, makes him his carpet rug. Yeah. Like, yeah, shout outs to Crucial Flooring, but he just floors him every time, man. Like, and there, in one of the early articles I read, there was like Wally Lewis, he actually did not want to acknowledge him at all. Like after that game,
I've seen something like that.
And like any interviews or whatever later on, he just wouldn't acknowledge it. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago, I think they were on Sunday like footy show together. That was the first time I actually seen them together, man. But yeah, also in Filipino, bro, Southside boy, man, and it's a shame that we've lost them as early as we have. But
yeah.
And
they paved the way for basically all these up and coming poly Māori kids coming through and to make their move over the Tasman to, bro, definitely a pioneer in our game. And I'll definitely be missed too, so any what else? No, that's it on the NRL.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've got the preseason games will all be playing on Sky Sport this week. I think this is the first time that they'll be showing all the preseason games. So that pretty much an extra month of footy, man.
Yes.
Starting when, Friday or Saturday? This week.
Starting Friday. Yeah, I didn't care about the other. I didn't care about the other teams, but the Dogs playing the Knights.
Yeah, I saw that. Probably going to be an easy preseason win, I reckon. Any Knights fans out there? Probably not. There's probably only 3 in Auckland or the whole New Zealand. But yeah.
All right. Any other footy, or was that us for NRL this week?
Yeah, I think it was just
just Thursday.
All Stars and the Māori.
Well, just from our sponsor, shout out to Jared Haynes fighting this thing in court. So you've got a title stream for you.
What was that?
He's fighting that thing in the jail or something.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it another trial?
He won his plea, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So he gets another. So that case was overturned, and he gets another trial then. Oh, okay. That'll be interesting.
It would be. Poor fella. Well, yeah. Come back to Titans. Oh, probably as a prop.
even if he was allowed to play again, I think he's. I don't know. I think he's done, man.
He's done.
I was just going to say that. Like, if he does, he gets off. Do you see him in the NRL again? Like, just I don't know. Not peak Haynes, but just the Haynes that wants to finish off.
There's that, and just how the teams are. I guess just how the teams don't want to attract too much attention for the wrong things. In this day and age, it looks like. I don't know. I wish them all the best and whatever it is, though.
NFL? Go back to NFL or no?
NFL?
It's done over there too.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's done in the NFL. That was a good attempt, though, where he cracked the 49ers, man.
Yeah. A couple of punt returns, kickoff returns, and back to Australia.
Right.
Yeah, I watched it all the time, man. Like, highlights. I just go to Haynes highlights at NFL. It's just unbelievable. Man. I like to watch it.
Right. Speaking of NFL, man, Super Bowl. Sheesh.
Wow.
Oh man.
Super Bowl.
What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? You guys going for the?
I had the Rams winning by a touchdown. Like I had them at 7, but man, that was a close game. I felt stink, man, for Bengals. I think to me, in my opinion, I think Bengals should invest all their money in the offensive line because they got carved up, bro. Straight up.
Rams, man.
To be honest, Rams had a freaking stacked team, man. You know.
Hey, that's how the sports are these days, man. You like, especially in American sports, you either join up.
But like, Rams been playing the long game, bro. Like they've been building that defense for years, man.
True.
But look at this. Look at this.
Was this the Spencer? Was this the Spencer pass?
So that pass there, he threw to where Von Bell was waiting.
Yeah.
And then Von Bell follows Stafford's eyes, and then he motions. Once he motions, he knew that that's amazing, man. To me, that was amazing. He puts his trust in his receiver
to be there,
bro, and that was.
See, I have no background. I probably just watched highlights on this game. And you know these guys train hard, or you know they're professionals, like huge professionals, and to see something like that pull off, and I thought it'll be there, or players will be doing that kind of throw, doing that kind of throw ages ago, but you know to have someone actually do it, like this dude, it's mind blowing because you know how you like to put in perspective because don't know shit about and again I don't know and I shouldn't be talking about it. You are the quarterback in a Super Bowl, which is the pinnacle of NFL. So you're gonna have the best of the best trying to tackle you or trying to get you.
Yeah.
And for him to do it in this space. But then you know how much of that is mind blowing. Like
how much pressure, bro.
Here I was thinking, I was like, oh, bro, that should have been done ages ago. But now you look at where he done that, it's like, fuck, that's next level.
Bro, that was fourth quarter. That was in their game-winning drive. So there was only like less than 5 minutes to play, and bro, that was insane, man. That was crazy. And I'm not like I was saying, like Rams been playing the long game, man. They've been building their team for the last couple of years, I think, since they last made the Super Bowl when they lost in that boring one against the Pats. Like they've been building their defense. They picked up Von Miller by accident.
By accident. Yeah.
By accident, they picked up Von Miller.
They fell on him, mate. They fell on him.
Yeah. They just asked, like, hey, do you have anyone else who you keen on trading? They're like, oh, we've got Von Miller. And Von Miller, if you don't know who Von Miller is, he's future Hall of Famer, man.
Who wouldn't go for Von Miller if he was free agent? Well, I would.
They took a chance on him because he was still coming back from injury. So when he went to the Rams, he was still on the come up. But yeah, I don't know, man. That Bengals team was a good team, man, and they're unlucky and I don't know, bro. I blame Apple, mate. I blame Eli Apple. He talks too much caca.
Even what's his name? Matthew Stafford, the quarterback for the Rams, who won his first chip. He was on the Lions for like 8-9 years. This is his first time in LA, and then he wins. I think he's been knocking on the door, bro. That guy.
I think 11 years, bro.
11 in Detroit.
11 or 12, bro. Yeah, bro. Like imagine
in Detroit,
that,
man. Wow.
For those who don't like Detroit, they're like one of the most unpopular teams like of the NFL.
Yeah,
like, just because they're mud. I don't think anyone outside of Detroit goes for them.
I think they're just going through the trenches right now. Like,
I know. Joe Siffel goes. Joe Siffel goes for Detroit. Bro, yeah. He goes for Detroit Lions. Yeah.
So he's going through the trenches as well.
And
yeah.
Your thoughts on that Cooper
Cup?
Cooper Cup. Yeah.
That guy just.
You reckon he deserved MVP?
Yeah, 100%. That guy was the one that they went to like in the last drive.
He got the
TD. Oh man, it's hard to me. I think Cooper Cup should have deserved it. He got the game-winning TD. The last drive that they went to all the time.
Who cares about the Rams? Not my team. But I was comparing, Aaron Donald, what he did on the game.
Mm-hmm.
He is a monster, man. He's a different
beast, man.
I think the worst thing they could have done was piss him off, bro.
Yeah. Quick fun fact for everyone watching: Aaron Donald and OBJ on the same draft year, right?
They were.
Yeah, and one of the best too. So, all right.
Man, for anyone listening or watching, any Rams fans out there that were from the trenches from St. Louis, or you was just LA Rams from now? Because that's great, bandwagon. You just get yourself out of here.
I know one Rams fan, my old manager Wes Manu.
He's been waiting for that chip.
Yeah, he's been waiting. I think since their I think even before they won that last Super Bowl with Kurt Warner at quarterback.
Oh,
yeah, bro.
That's a long time, man.
I think that's 99 or something.
I just see a lot of stories. Hey, go Rams. They just, stop it.
Rams, all the famous guys there, and they didn't even know the line.
Actually, shout outs to some of the boys that are watching. My mate Jeff, he's Bengals day one. Also a 49ers day one, so day 0.5 Bengals, I guess.
I love Jeff and the Bengals.
Yeah, commiserations, Toko, and also to Ben, who's my mate Ben, who is now a LA Rams fan too.
Ben is just a comment from Jeffrey. Ben is a LA Ram 22 from Bucks 2021 and Chiefs 2020. Now that is the ultimate bandwagon fan.
Hey, Jeff and Ben, you guys just need to get a room and have a kiss.
There's some of my old workmates, man. Really close with those guys, and like our chat. The only reason I have a Viber, still have Viber, is because of our chat with our old workmates. And Jeff's always on Bengals day one, brother. 49ers day one, brother. But Bengals got a good team, but they just couldn't make it. Just missed out on a little bit this year, man.
Viber? Who has Viber these days?
Viber.
That's been around for a minute.
Yeah, man. That's just. I think it was because when we first started working together, that was it, and then next minute everyone's going off Viber.
Day one Vibers.
And, all right, that's
another
half
comment here from Benjamin. God bless you, Jeffrey. Bit of back and forth there from Jeff and Ben. So
I saw it earlier. I think it was Yvonne. You guys remember Yvonne Freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Comment.
Yvonne.
What's up, Yvonne?
Oh, you guys
on?
Did you just call her something else? Is that next level?
Oh, nicknames.
Are we on to the next? Is it UFC? Is it?
Oh, but the Rams,
The Rams, is it?
The UFC Rams.
What about the halftime show, boys?
Wait, did you guys watch the halftime show?
Oh, yo.
Brought back so many memories,
what a
especially my
throwback,
man especially my man that was hanging upside down, Curtis Jackson. What was going through his mind?
Hey, man, bro. Honestly, everyone mocking him about he doesn't look the same as 20 years ago, bro. Neither do you guys, man. So just relax, man. Neither do we, man.
Honestly, that halftime show was.
Yeah, bro. That was to me. That was the best. That was the best.
That was on
time, man. Straight up.
I reckon best since Prince as well.
What else was there? Kendrick.
Hey, man, it's legal there, man. It's legal there.
Hey, it's Snoop Dogg. He can do whatever.
It's Uncle Snoop, man.
But that was the best in the while. The best.
Yeah. In the last couple, better than Maroon 5.
What about what do you guys thoughts about Eminem dropping to the knee at the end? It reminded me about somebody on this podcast in the club one year.
Wait. What did Eminem do? Mother?
You want to share him, friends? I think he just dropped down to the knee at the end of the song.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But what else were you trying to compare that to, brother? Sorry.
No, we're moving on. So UFC.
UFC. How about that UFC, man? Good win.
Yeah, that was good times, bro. Their knee drop was good times, man.
It's good time for you, man. We wanted to get out of there.
Just wanted to fight you, eh?
Man, give our two viewers some context, right?
Oh no. Different. Hey, this context is R-rated, eh? Kids are watching.
Oh, bro, it's fine, bro. It's fine, man.
I think Tez was quiet because we texted him, but he didn't reply that night.
I was Bible study.
He asked us where we're going, so he doesn't have to come here. So he can get somewhere else.
Oh, I think he had practice with the Wiggles. That's why he still got his yellow.
Hey man, Killer Bees are shouting us, bro. Fuck. Nah, you're on the hit list now.
Oh,
the Wiggles.
I'll give you my sovereign.
Another comment from Jeffrey. 50 cent turned into $1.
I don't know what he's thinking, hanging upside down there. I laugh at that meme. That meme was funny. Because what we see is him hanging down, and what he sees is everyone upside down.
Have you seen that video? Okay, carry on.
Oh no, you go.
No, I was just gonna say that video where that dude goes to the fridge and 50 Cent is hanging upside down, and then he goes to He goes to the cupboard and 50 cents hanging upside down.
Shout out to Helene.
Hey, shout out Lenny. How are you, Russ?
He's a man.
Is that on to
Where's the chair?
UFC? You gotta keep quiet
bro.
during this Super Bowl comments.
Yeah, man.
But,
UFC 271.
271. Adesanya versus
Which fight are we going to
Whitaker.
talk about? Because there's going to be a lot of debates and a lot of judges out there on the Izzy fight. But the Thai fight, Jesus.
Yeah. Early prelims. We got early prelims, eh?
Oh,
The only one I watched was the debut of Blood Diamond, man.
Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond. Blood.
Unlucky, man. Unlucky. He lost by, if you didn't know, he lost by submission. Unfortunately, he was checked out. Didn't see much of what he had to offer in that UFC ring. So in saying that, I'm gonna put that to the side, and I reckon next fight he'll learn from it, and I think he'll be better off for it, man.
Yeah, I didn't catch the fight. So the Tai Tuivasa fight. What do you reckon, boys?
Just going back on Blood Diamond, and I think there was a video shared by Adesanya, and I think that's been around circulating everywhere. Him taking the jet to Houston, and showing love to Blood Diamond and Carlos Ulberg. So if you didn't watch the Carlos Ulberg fight too, he was on the undercards. Oh no,
Yeah.
No. Prelims, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the next fight. I tuned in and watched, and I think did you guys manage to watch it?
Yeah, I caught it.
So that he just played it. I reckon for him, getting back into the winner's circle was his probably main priority, because he looked good, but he wasn't gonna go in there and stand and bang, So he was just keeping his distance, because how I used to do UFC. So I'm basically I'm in their corner every week. So just seeing him stand back and take everything. Thank you. Take everything slow. The boss.
Yeah, I think he learned a lot from his debut. When he gassed out a bit earlier than what he would have wanted to, what he was probably wanting to. I think he was a bit more measured in his second fight, a bit more methodical in picking his punches and where he wants to place his punches and his kicks. And I thought, yeah, you're right, Tiz. He wasn't standing bang and all of that, but at the same time, I really appreciated his fight and how he fought as well. I'm excited for him, bro.
And the person he was fighting against is no easy beat. He's actually a knockout artist. So for him to to put him in that position where he couldn't do it, he was kicking legs, throwing the jab out there every so often, put him off, and to do that to someone like of that kind of caliber as well makes a huge difference in that whole fight.
Yeah, bro, his coaches were getting frustrated at the dude, eh?
Yeah.
They were giving him the blueprint, but he wasn't executing anything, bro. He wasn't doing anything at all, man. It was like I shared on one of our other chat groups that Marshawn Lynch GIF that I'm only here so I won't get fined. It sort of felt like that.
So we'll just move on to the Tuivasa.
Shoei Vasa.
Joey Vasa. You know he's
And-
third ranked now, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
He's almost there.
Yeah.
Third ranked.
That's good what he
And
what he talks
now-
about,
now-
how he's
you could, sorry.
oh no, just how he talks about who got him, who helped him to get there. He never forgets, but Mark Hunt,
Yeah.
stallion, used to be his
The lead horse.
bag. Yeah, it's good how he always mentions
Oh.
him, man.
You know, when we talk about pioneers of, say, NRL, we're talking about pioneers of the combat or sports combat arena. You have someone like Mark Hunt, bro. He's Mark Hunt, and then you have your Ray Siffles from from
Mighty
here,
Mo.
and then
Mighty Mo's.
Mighty Mo.
Yeah.
and that's just to name a few. So to have for Tuivasa to have someone like Mark Hunt, and I think he's still in his corner, just training and everything, but to be Mark Hunt's punching bag,
But
not every day.
yeah,
What was that, bro?
I was just gonna say that like Mark Hunt's beat him. What's his name? Derek Hunt?
Derek Rose.
No. Who did he just? What's his name again?
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
Yeah. Mark Hunt beat him in Auckland UFC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I remember that fight too. He apparently had an injury to his back.
He said he was
Uh,
he said he was eating before he fought.
So, but so like going into this fight itself, and I'm sure majority of these people probably heard or watched clips of how Tuivasa knocked out Derek Lewis. Both of them are, big men, heavyweights, and this one was always going to go to a knockout or someone getting knocked out. But just when I just watched the replay of the video and how precise Tuivasa was landing the elbow, it just looked like
clean, bro.
it was so clean, and watching it live because it didn't show a replay then, but I had to go back and just keep watching how good he was and throwing that, because leading up to that, he was in a tough spot where we saw Derek Lewis throwing those punches,
Yeah, man.
and any normal person would have hit the floor then. And then they asked Tuivasa, yeah, he said, I felt it hitting my head. So if it's hitting someone's head, it's a knockout. And this guy's fucking bunga brain. I'm not bunga. I'm not being racist here, but his fuck. He just to get out of that, and his next turn was to throw back, and this is what he did. He started throwing back straight away when he knew he was in the corner, getting blocked or getting thrown at. He turned around and started throwing back. So bro, it was good to see, because not many people can say they can throw back
bro.
in that.
Yeah, I didn't think if any. Yeah, go Moss.
He said in his aftermatch, post fight, not the conference, like the backstage interviews, that said when Derek Lewis was throwing the bombs on him and he had to stay in one position, he said his first thought was he goes, if I stay here, I'm just gonna get knocked the F out. So his first thought was to just get up and start banging. That's what he was saying. Those are his words. He's just staying and banging. And I was like, this guy just.
That's what we came in to do, bro.
Yeah. But he's the man, bro. I actually thought that he rocked Lewis before the elbow. That's why Lewis looked like he looked like he was just done.
Yeah,
Concussed.
I think he was half fatigued as well. They're both a puff there.
Yeah. When the ref stopped him, and then it was like a walk off, you could just tell, like,
Tuivasa.
He was sitting in the big ones after this. But he got the win, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's the man.
And
That's a good one.
up the ladder, when you can compare to, I think how long ago, maybe 5 years ago, UFC about to cut him.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, making his debut, and I think his second or third. I think he had two losses, and
Lost it there.
I think he wasn't. And just going off watching UFC, if you don't offer anything, to UFC, they're gonna cut you, even though you're winning too. So, just him changing everything, doing this, the showy, doing that, as well as, bro, the fans love him. He's a crowd's favorite, a crowd favorite. So, bro, can't wait. But what do you guys think now that he's in third, posse? He's gonna be facing the likes of,
It's gonna be
the
Cyril
Gans, the Cyril Gans, Miocic.
Surogane.
Is he there? Is he there?
I reckon. We'll see. Like anyone can get knocked out in any given moment, but those guys they're not gonna be stupid. They're gonna be like Brock Lesnar to Mark Hunt. They're just gonna take him down, wrestle, and play that game. I reckon. But if they stay up and try and take on Tuivasa with the hands, I reckon they're gonna get knocked out. To be honest.
I think he will go all right, because he's got more to offer than Lewis. Because Lewis has only got, he waits, he's precise in throwing bombs, but Tuivasa has some kicking power, bro. Like you can see,
true,
he loves his kicking, and he's getting better at his ground game, or clinching, his clinch. So, and he loves throwing elbows. So when people want to hug him, I think that's probably and he's lost a few matches due to getting submitted. So that's, and he's, I think he's at a stage where he knows he's at some point he's going to be taken down against these big people, or these top fighters, that he needs to focus more on that.
Well, he did well to stay up in that first round, and it wasn't until that that surprise, that inside leg sweep that Derek Lewis put on him. Even he didn't see coming. But besides that, he was defending pretty well. He was defending he was doing a good job until that inside leg got him. But you're right, bro, and I think that it'll be interesting to see who he saw, because he got the likes of Stipe, Surogane, and Ngannou, to see what happens. But even then, there'll be interesting fights, interesting style, clash of styles. You've got Surogane, he's big fella, but he can also he can also stand and trade as well. The thing with him is he's got the kickboxer background as well. So he's got a lot.
If you saw his fight against Derek Lewis, bro, totally destroyed him from start to finish.
Yeah, start to finish.
Surogane against Derek Lewis. Bruh. That's when you knew Surogane is like 10 times better than Derek Lewis, or the type. So Gunn just stood back and picked him off, bro. The whole fight. He couldn't even get in, man.
Nah.
And the same game plan Tuivasa used against Derek was to get in, get out. Gunn did that from start to finish, get in, get out, and then as soon as he knew that he basically overpowered him, bro, and stood there and just traded with him. And when you lose, you just don't have anything. If you're Derek Lewis, he's like, fuck, I'm gone, bro. You just stand there and wait to get knocked out.
I think that'll be the fight. I agree with Loss as well. I think that could quite possibly be Tuivasa's next fight, man. And then I'm looking forward to that if that happens. It'll bring a lot of attention. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a main event or co-main event.
Should be,
maybe somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere. Looking maybe like June, July. I'm guessing. I don't know, man. But that was a good fight.
It'll be definitely a pay-per-view fight.
Has to be, man.
But, and then speaking of pay-per-view, Israel Adesanya.
Robert Whittaker won that fight hands down. Nah, Jix, I just wanted to see the comments. Just relax, guys. Relax.
I was just about to remove you from this. Better enough to support the Brumbies. But then again,
he took Izzy down, but he didn't do enough. To me, like he just took him down, and Izzy just got up, ran to the fence, and broke off. Yeah. And then it was just standing up again.
With my couch coach or couch ref opinion, expert opinion, is that UFC the ruling on ground control, dominating the center of the ring or just dominating the ring. I don't know the exact wordings. Is that I think Adesanya did all of that. Also, when there was taking the ground, Robert Whittaker wasn't keeping him there. He'll just get up and move straight away. And I'm again, bro. I don't need to be biased because I like Whittaker. I reckon he's a good dude. But and then you have Adesanya, who basically, if you didn't see the post-fight interview of Whittaker's face and his body, or just seeing him, Adesanya put in the work. Throughout the fight, you could see the amount of kicks that Whittaker was taking.
Yeah,
bro, he was shying away from it. You can see throughout the fight. As soon as you're gonna kick, he'll shy away from it because it was hurting. Yeah. But bro, if you're someone of like Robert Whittaker, he doesn't show much pain in that, bro. To take that and still fight on, fair enough, good on him. But Adesanya was putting in the work, bro.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, and like we said in the chat group as well, Adesanya is a champion, and the challenger has to bring it. You can't just freaking come and expect to just do enough, because that's obviously it's not enough. You gotta be. Yeah,
they say don't leave it to the judges. Don't leave it to the judges because already he's already got an upper hand, but that shouldn't be the case. I do reckon Whittaker was close, but he didn't. I think, and I don't know if he was thinking this, but going into the fight, he didn't want to get too over. Instead of doing what he did in the first fight, was throw caution to the wind, where he was trying to go for everything, like fight. I think he stopped it because he knew that Adesanya was gonna knock him out. But that's what I think we needed in that last few rounds, is that he was getting in, throwing the jab, getting there, and then just waiting, because he knew that at some point he's going to get a counter. Yeah. But I think if he kept going, he's really going to lose. Maybe he was protecting the brain cells.
That's what the commentator was saying, that Michael Bisping. I don't know if is that his name? The Pommy commentator. He was saying the same thing about Robert Whittaker. He goes that he was what you were saying, Tis. He was just doing double jabs and then just doing the left, and Bisping was just saying that if he were in the corner, he'll be recommending to go like jabs and then throw some right-handed. But he just didn't. He just threw jabs and then backed away, tried to wrestle, and then same thing. So 3, 4, 5 rounds. Yeah. I reckon, that's what you said.
And also the fitness between the two, bro. Did you see Adesanya just breathing for his nose throughout I think it was third and fourth, or third, and still standing up, for someone.
Yeah.
Bro, just gone through 10 minutes of fucking trying to fight, and then this dude's still got it composed.
That's a fight.
But he's the only one that doesn't sit down on the stool. Yeah. How people sit on the stool and get the ice packs in there. He just stands up and
the mind games, bro.
He just yells at
mind games.
What should I do now, Eugene? Just kick him? Or?
you let's say Robert Whittaker, you go back of 5 minutes of fucking getting the beatings, and you sit down and you look up and you see the man still standing there. You're like, hey, did I not touch you at all? Did I not tickle you when you were on the ground? Or so that plays a big part in how Adesanya's mental game is still the best in this.
Tied up. Yeah.
In this,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. In the back of his mind, Whitaker's definitely thinking like, man, this is the guy that knocked me out for her. Like,
Yeah.
and
I don't want to get caught again.
Yeah, and like for professionals in that arena to fight against someone like Adesanya, and you got to take your opportunities, right? And there's not many.
Yeah,
you know, there's not many, and only one person can say they can. They've beaten, and it's Jan, who took him down and hugged him through like 4th and 5th. That's how you win it. But you know, people say, "Oh, take him down," and some of these keyboard warriors, and I'm one of them, have been saying, you know, you have to take him down. You know, but how do you take him down?
Yeah. How do you get that close enough?
Yeah.
How do you get that close?
You come in,
getting the knee to the head.
How do you get that close? And how do you come up against a 6'4"? I don't. What's his weight? You know, he's the biggest person ever in that weight class.
Yeah.
You know, he makes people small, and he's basically mine and Anim's height, and he's all stocky like me on a good day. You know, he's bro. And when I saw his, like, I always when I see his stats all come up, or his weight and everything, his height, and I say 6'4", I'm like, fuck, this guy is next level,
beast,
next level beast. And he signed a new contract with you know, one of the top with UFC, sorry, and one of the top most paid athletes in the UFC too. So
Second to
Bruh.
Conor, eh?
Yeah, and the same agency,
Yeah,
what do you reckon, guys, about sorry, Renz, you go.
No, carry on, bro.
Robert Whitaker, would he get a trilogy, or is it back of the line for him?
Back of the line, man. He's got to go. It's boring.
He's got to go.
He's got to go. Honestly, just listening.
He's number one, man. Number one contender, man. And already got to go.
Like listening to the UFC boss. What's his name?
Dana.
He's on. As these nuts say, he loves him, man. But he's right though. You know, a boring fight when bringing the money. Yeah, so, I don't think he'll get a trilogy.
he'd have to go through. He'd have to go through, change everything, and smash every single person again, and that's gonna take years out of him, and he's already said it himself. You know, he did what he needed to do before coming into this Adesanya Whitaker 2. So he's already said that he's done it, but on the night, Adesanya is still the best man. But then if you look at who's behind him now, that Jared Cannonier or something, is it?
Yeah, the Killer Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Is it Jared Cannonier? Cannonier.
Yeah, Jared Cannonier. Yeah, Cannonier.
Oh, he put on a performance.
Especially the post comments, his post-match comments, he wasn't mucking around.
No,
he was yelling at the boss.
Respectfully.
Yeah. He was bound to fight Adesanya because he hasn't been in line to get there. Yeah. He had one chance, which he got smoked by Bobby Knuckles. Got smoked by him, and then Adesanya said, "If you beat Bobby Knuckles, you'll be next in line." And he didn't win. So now he's got his chance. And Adesanya, the thing I don't hate, but you see a lot of is that in this fight, people say that he's running away. Adesanya was running away from Whitaker, but
who's the people?
You hear it a lot, man.
Them.
The other guys.
The other couch commentators.
Yeah. I'm a bit higher than those guys, I'm ranked higher than those other coach couches.
Yeah, you're right, man.
but you can see how professional this or how what did you say? How he picks his punches, everything is all
Yeah.
methodical. You know,
Yeah,
just that
Mm.
in itself
the same way as that,
explains everything. But people just see that he moves away from everything. Like, oh man, I don't know.
It's fun.
Like
It's funny.
what's that fight? The Yo Romero one? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said he's a challenger, so he should be challenging.
Yeah,
It was funny.
but what's your
Huh?
go ahead, bro.
Oh no, just like how a couple of years ago when Izzy's coming up and everyone's on his nuts in that, but it's interesting. Like now he's the champ, and there's a lot of like starting to draw a bit of hate, but like from those just saying like,
comes
hey,
off of there.
yeah, it comes over there, and it's like success breeds hate. That's what it feels like, and he addresses that like with the tall poppy stuff, and like, bro, this guy's like Izzy's. Bro, he's the man. Like, he's the man, and he's doing what he needs to do. Like, on Sunday, like I said it in our chat, he did what he needed to do to retain, and Bobby Knuckles did what he needed to do to survive. Like, I didn't reckon he put up like that much of a fight where like Izzy had to stand up and take notice. All he had to do was like whatever Bobby Knuckles had, he ate, and then he countered. Sometimes he let slip, and that's when like Whitaker would come through, like hit him flush with a nice quick jab, but no follow up, and from there, like even if there was a follow up, as he would have had that unlock, and like because he's so good at what he's doing, man, and because he's running the show in the middleweight, like of course he's gonna get hate, man. Like being the confidence that he has. A lot of people mistake that for cockiness, and because of that gives them a reason to want to hate him. But yeah, bro. Like I said, man. Like success breeds hate, and for some of these couch commentators, the ones that we're above, yeah, I think he'll fight Cannonier, and he's expressed his desire to do that, and I think it was it there was no card in like was it May or something, or a bit later, but he's expressed that he wants to fight soon, and I think it'll be Killer Gorilla. After that, I don't know who's next in line. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah,
I guess for Izzy being on top, choosing his fighters, how he said he's not going after easy fights, he's going after legacy, So I think this is one of the fights that he needs to not prove himself, I mean challenge himself. It's going to be a build up for it too, so we'll see what happens there.
There's actually been talks of what's his name? I think the welterweight guy, Kazmat or something. Kazmat.
Oh man, I've seen that. I've seen people talk about that.
Yeah, that's been the big talk, and people have been saying, "Oh, wait till," because he was up at middleweight. Yeah. I think he had a shot, but went back down, cut weight, and now he's they say he's dominating that he's coming through, but
nah.
Yeah, compared to Izzy, I think he's just no one's on his level at the moment.
Yeah.
And there might be some coming through, but at the moment, Izzy.
Yeah, it's Izzy, man. Straight up. He's doing
Adesanya is just too good, man.
He's on that bit of a mean run there. I don't think anyone's gonna stop him, at least for another 2 years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't see anyone stopping that too, bro.
It's just like Conor, right? Conor had his years up at the top, and he was on all the time. He's always going to be a downfall after that.
It's how he brands himself from that point, From this point, that's how he brands himself.
Like that guy is the UFC, man. The amount of money he brings for Dana, like he doesn't even care if he loses, bro. I reckon. As long as the money comes in, he's all good.
I was thinking that fight of the century would be Izzy Adesanya versus Paul Gallen. What do you guys reckon?
Izzy Adesanya by like $1 million. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say Izzy and Sunny Bill.
Oh, then yeah, Izzy by $2 million. No, I don't know.
Good chats, man. Good chats.
Yeah, man.
271. Oh, yo.
Is it?
I gotta
So
go.
the Super Bowl. Oh, we've
Already-
covered it.
We covered it, man.
Oh,
In detail, mate.
Oh yeah.
Mate, are you not paying attention, eh?
Nah, I just thought they would carry on like just yeah.
So the Brumbies, eh?
Yeah, everyone out there, round 20 versus the Force. Tune in, Canberra Stadium, easy win. If you don't agree, leave the chat, leave the podcast. I don't care. We are gonna win.
All right, boys. Last minute talks or anything you wanted to add? How are we gonna move into the week? Anything you want to add?
Is there any preseason games this week? I know the NRL starts on the Friday preseason. Don't know who's the first game on Friday.
Super starts as well too. So, but
round one?
Blues, one and Blues postponed.
So who's the first game for Super this weekend? Any picks for us? Just one game, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
Drua
quickly
and
hold up.
Taz.
Is that round one live? Draw and Taz.
Yeah. Drua and the Taz. You got Chiefs and
Brumbies. Oh no, that's 7 for me.
Chiefs.
Folks, we have Force. Our focus is on the Force on February 20.
Oh, we've got the Chiefs got the Highlanders on Saturday.
Highlanders, yeah.
Yeah, Crusaders and the Canes
Crusaders
also on
and
Saturday.
Canes.
Crusaders, Canes.
And Reds and
Rebels.
And Rebels, yeah.
Force and
took,
Brumbies on Sunday.
Easy game for the Force, is it?
Easy game.
We started a sweepstake at work, and I took who was it? My tips for this weekend were Waratahs 13 plus. Who they playing the draw? I reckon the draw was pretty good against the Rebels, but when they come up against a structured team, it might be a bit different. Who was the next game?
Yeah, I'd go
Highlanders
Taz.
and Taz.
I'd go Taz. By a lot.
Brand? Taz or draw?
I'll go and draw for the upset.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, I will go the Taz. Yeah, up by 13 under.
By many? Oh,
Nah, it'll be a close one, but it'll be a close one or hiding. A close one or hiding, one of them.
Chiefs
Wait, one of
and
the other.
Landers. I'm going to go Chiefs. Chiefs are looking good.
Chiefs by
Chiefs,
2 tries.
yep, definitely
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
So,
Chiefs mana.
Chiefs,
Definitely
Canes
Chiefs.
and Crusaders.
Crusaders all the way.
Saders easy.
You know, I hate them, but you got to go
Crusaders.
for them, man. They're just too good.
Yeah.
I'll go Canes. I'll go Canes then for the upset.
And who do you have? Blues Brothers? Who do you have that's postponed?
Moana.
Moana.
Mana.
And
MPS.
I'll pick Moana Pacifica to you for the upset. I'm not hating on the Blues Brothers. I got a lot of friends and family that are Blues, but
Bro,
Yeah.
if it was Blues versus the Bay, you'd choose the Bay.
Blues versus the
It'd be
Bay.
like that.
Yep, the Bay. There's 2 buys. Both buys. I'll take both
Why?
buys.
Bye.
Why? 13 plus.
Second-
How about the Reds? Reds and Rebels.
Rebels.
Reds.
Reds and Rebels.
Reds, man.
easy.
Reds.
I just feel sorry for Rebels like Super in Melbourne because everyone's playing AFL or NRL in Melbourne. There's just no one there, bro. Like, you'll stick, man.
I'll take the Reds too. And that's it for the games this weekend.
Just while we're on like rugby, I just want to highlight also one more thing. Just there was a post on social media, just of that there's a letter from the Samoan Sevens team that are in Dubai at the moment. Just talking about the mistreatment of the players there, and I just want to acknowledge that letter and just let the boys know. I don't know any of the boys, but one it's Jay Tuivati and who's one of the in-laws. Him and all the other boys that are there, that we're thinking of them, and no one no in this professional era of rugby, like there should be no teams that or no players that should be have the right to be treated like that. And it's a shame that the coaching and management team that is still happening. It's a shame that's still happening, and I hope that they can get to an agreement, just so that the boys can go out and do what they're there to do. I know that the likes of Jay and a few others are sacrificing, being away from their families, and if they've got actual jobs and that. But just it's not nice to hear all that shit that's been happening, being forced to train, having your phone taken off you and all of that stuff. So our thoughts are with the Samoan 7 boys and your families at this time, and we just hope that things turn around for the better real soon.
All right, sure, Prince.
Nice.
Sure, Prince. Yeah, just quickly, if we can quickly have a chat about that, and I think we've probably gone way over our time, but it's interesting to have that not only backed by one player, but the whole the all team members that are taking part in the Sevens program. So it's not just the one, it's not just a couple, it's not just the bad apples, but it's actually quite a lot of them. A lot. Well, I mean, actually every single player. And this was directed at the management of the Samoan Sevens team. So if you haven't seen the post, I'll see if we can try and get it and share it on our side, so you know if you have anything you want to chat about. But in saying that, Brands, then to your family member, it's quite hard. I actually have a similar experience, and this is going back a while ago, where we did a tour to Fiji and for the Pacific under 19 Pacific. I forgot the name of it, but it was between us, the Cooks, Samoa, Tonga, and Fiji. So we went there under 19s, and the treatment, and I read from the share basically how we were treated when we went to this, and it's not nice, especially when you're an adult. And you're being restricted to using your device, the only device or the only contact form you have of reaching your loved ones. So having that limited, and also I guess the coach not being professional and forcing players to do stuff, and by forcing it, threatening a lot of the players, and that's been written all in this the letter to who's it, Samoa, or
I think it was Samoa Rugby.
So that shit shouldn't be even in that. It's just it's shame. It's a shame.
You remember when John Campbell went to SAR for the fifth, to the headquarters when it was called Manu Samoa, and no one was there. To try, because he wanted to question why, it was the 15-man game. Sorry, it's always the management, bro. When what's his name, Schroger, the hooker or the pro, he came out. Yeah. That's when the World Cup was there. But I was just saying, now it's the Sevens, and it's still going on. It sucks, bro. To see that it's still going. The higher ups are just don't know what's going on, bro, but it's pretty shit, man.
You don't hear it, eh? You don't hear that sort of shit happening,
No.
and especially at a level like that. So to have the management forcing players to train, if you got an injury, that kind of attitude is gone. It's not even in, and I'm not too sure. Arnim knows he's been in that professional environment. Is it still happening to this day? You know, have you read it? Have you read that that letter to Samoa? Or...
Yeah, that's the body investigation, eh?
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on your management. Just my experience of the Cooks team, honestly, we're probably one of the best management we've ever been with, and with those couple of guys that were with us, just making us real professional. I was all about the players, eh? You know, you treat the players right, you know.
Yep.
And hopefully you get good results. You know, the results are just a bonus. But I do still believe it is still happening now. And good on Samuel, the Sevens team for calling them out. Well, I bet you by even Terry might know, like, it happens, and these guys just the first time calling them out.
Yeah. Just seeing that the threatening part where the coach is actually, like stepping there. It's stupid, but doing that sort of shit, stepping up the players. That if you don't do this, it's only 1 out. Up to you, 1 out. So. What's good? What's good?
Reminds
me of the spiders back in high school.
We're sorry, we're not trying to make this a laughing matter, but it's that pathetic that it shouldn't even be there, and that's why it's
difficult to comprehend. It's like it shouldn't be happening in this professional era of rugby, bro. It's like
it shouldn't be when most of these teams have been in that arena for a while. So the Sevens tour now to bring it out, and because I think Titchens was running it for a bit, and when Titchens may have got the boot, I don't know. I haven't been into it, but having Brian Lima and co take over, so
I think
there is
can of worms. It's opened up a can of worms, and I think it's going to be players are going to follow through from other countries too. Surely.
Yeah, it's hard to stand up against something like this, though. Especially on your.
That's a developing story anyway. Yeah, so like if there's any updates, we'll definitely be on beyond that next week, man. But it's unfortunate, man. It really is that's happening, man.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, especially like so far away. Like they're in Dubai. That's where they're based. So like that's 16 hours from here, man. I only know
crazy.
You've been to Dubai,
yeah.
16 hours, 5 minutes away, and 22 seconds.
To the Philippines.
The Philippines.
The
Philippines.
Boys. Good chat tonight, eh?
Good job, man. Good job, boys.
Good sound.
And basically it for us tonight. Thank you, team. Thank you, chat, for coming through. We had an awesome chat. Every week we'll be pushing this, and if you have any sports again that can help us out, or you have any reactions, anything, send it through. If you want us to comment, on stuff,
any feedback, not just those negative comments that I came late. Let's just push past that. But leave those comments at home before you join us live. Otherwise, it can cause some friction in this team. So
we got a comment from CJ Charlie.
The bridge.
Visiting the bridge. First, can you touch on visiting the bridge? The big Burj Khalifa.
Friends, can you touch on visiting the Burj? All right.
We'll leave that for another episode. No.
Another episode.
That's good.
No, sweet boys. That's us, and thank you, everyone. That's basically the last thoughts. Thank you, Teza.
So, shop, everyone.
Yeah. So guys, I'm friends.
I'm us. See you, man. Back to you. Back to you. Help me, Michael.
My finger's here so I can end the broadcast unless you guys want to touch it.
Oh, can I touch
it together? Ready? Touch it together.
Get ready, touch it together.
Just exit now before. Just exit now.